Remember, there's some pretty important information here in the disclaimer. You might want to give the video a quick pause and read it.
Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with a custom video. This one is for Jack and it is Darkspine Sonic. Yes, I made Dark Supersonic and now I'm making Darkspine Sonic. I find that amusing. You know, actually, technically speaking, Darkspine and Dark Supersonic's premieres were relatively close to each other as far as I remember. Because Darkspine Sonic debuted in 2007 with the release of Sonic and the Secret Rings. Darkspine Sonic came out during the Meta-X saga, which would have been like the 4th or 5th season of Sonic X. So, since Sonic X premiered in 2003, it would have been around about 2006 or so when the Dark Supersonic episode premiered. Yeah, pretty close to each other, as far as my hazy memories know at least. But I digress. We're talking about making a toy here. Darkspine Sonic is going to be made from a Sonic the Hedgehog figure. I know it's kind of a leap, but stick with me on this. Actually, it's so simple, it makes you wonder why Jakks Pacific hasn't made a Darkspine yet. I mean, we got Sonic the Werehog and the Soap Shoe Sonic in the Sonic Forms pack. It makes me wonder, like, could we get another pack? Maybe they could call it the Storybook Pack, and it would have Darkspine Sonic, the version of Sonic from Sonic and the Black Knight, where he has that right glove is like that metal gauntlet thing, and then Excalibur Sonic. So, yeah, there's an idea for a 3-pack. And Darkspine would probably be like one of the easier ones to do because you would need to make a new head that doesn't have a mouth. But since the muzzle and eyes are a separate piece from the rest of the head, all you'd really need is to make a new muzzle piece and you could reuse most of the head mold. And then, then you need to make new gloves and shoes, but, that's also like the main torso, the central part of the figure, like you wouldn't need to do anything new for that. And you would need to do even less for Black Knight Sonic, because he's literally just one glove and then an accessory, the Caliburn sword. Then you could use all your budget for making new molds and put that into the Excalibur Sonic, because that would be like your big extensive one. Kind of like how they reuse Super Sonic, put out regular Sonic with just a new pair of shoes, and then they could use all that budget that was freed up from doing those minor changes to make Werehog. I'm just going by. The truth of the matter is that I'm kind of waffling on about this to give the video some more substance because there's very little to talk about here. The head is pretty much a straight repaint, except for the fact that I used a little bit of epoxy to cover up his mouth. And let me tell you, painting those 2 stripes is still a massive pain. Like, I'm pretty sure I had to, I painted the white part in the middle, then I tried to paint the purple parts around them, but then the middle one was too thick and I screwed up the edges, so I had to paint the white parts again, and then I got that a little bit crooked, so I had to touch up the purple part, and, it's a headache, especially the middle spine, because you gotta do all that, but then there's also this other spine that's in your way, and you gotta be careful not to get any white paint on the bottom of it. I did try doing the thing where I dyed the torso so I wouldn't have to worry about paint peeling in the armpits and the hips like I did with Dark Supersonic. Unfortunately, I didn't have any purple dye. I tried to make purple dye by mixing a little bit of blue into my red dye, and it did come out purple, but a significantly darker purple than it really should have been. If you look at the balls for the wrist joints and the neck peg there, you can actually see the original purple that this was when I dyed it. So, yeah, it's not a perfect blend, but I guess it is better than having, skin tone rings showing up in his arms, Yeah, a little bit more sculpting goes into the gloves to make that ring around the wrists. And I did cut the sock cuff in half, still preserving the part that has the joint, but, making the cuff shorter so that I could just sculpt the ring on top of that. And Yeah, I didn't have to make any specially printed feet here that had toes on them because, I was not specified making a Sonic that has little paw toes this time. But that's it. We have Darkspine Sonic. Yep. He's ready to show, I honestly forgot how to, the corrupted version of the 1001 Nights that the genie became when he absorbed their power and became an incomplete thing. Yeah, like, I don't remember the name of it, but I do know that it is the phonetic pronunciation of the Arabic phrase for 1001 Nights. So, yeah. So, thank you all for watching this video, and, we'll come up to you soon with yet another, epic custom. Yep. Everything's being worked on. So, stay tuned. Wake Angel 2001 signing off.
Oh, hey everybody, it's me, Sonic the Hedgehog. Just here to remind you that if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button. And for even more amazing customs, don't forget to subscribe to Wake Angel 2001, because between you and me, they're way past cool.